Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris Forsyth from Elite Currency. Before we take a look at those two pairs, please note our special Black Friday offer. Go to elitecurrency.com, click on Learn More, and you'll find out what the offers are here on this Black Friday special. 9 hours or almost 10 hours left, and you can scroll down lower to see what's in discount. SWAT 2, ZUCA, for instance. So a lot of goodies there. Or, of course, you can join our portfolio ECS system, a mixture of different semi-automated and automated fundamental and technical analysis systems. So very good profit share discount right there. All right, hope that you become a member. Otherwise, let's take a look at the euro dollar. Last week, we were taking a look at euro dollar and price was around here. And I said there's some space for a break, but not much. Maybe to 112.25 because the space is getting tighter. And it fell a little bit further down to 111.90, but then we saw a very strong bounce, in fact, driven by fundamentals there, the Fed news. But ultimately, yes, we did see a lower low, slow down as expected, and a retracement within the downtrend. But the downtrend still very much in play and still very much valid, though. So let's take a look at higher time frames. And we'll see that we had a reaction last week in this supply zone, or demand zone, sorry, where we saw basically price lifting off before it, consolidating and lifting off after it. So not surprising that we see a pin bar right in that area, and of course the quarter level rounds of psychological support level of 112.50. But if we look at the speed of this downtrend, it's certainly very visible. 20 EMA, very bearish. Price below the 20 EMA for 9 candles in a row, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 candles in a row. So yeah, very strong momentum to the downside, and I don't think the support zone will necessarily hold, but it could create a retracement within this downtrend. How far of a retracement? Well, I don't think it will go further than this zone, if it gets there. That's really the max. There's a 21 EMA, 144 EMA consolidation zone before it fell further, because there was a strong fall before it, right here. Consolidation and then a strong continuation lower. So that would be the very max retracement. I would certainly expect a bearish bounce there, but I don't know if it will necessarily get there. It might just be a milder retracement. And a continuation lower towards 110 is the main target to test the previous bottom zone that's about here. That's the main target area, 108, 107.50, 110. All right. So, and the trend line, it can go all the way down there. So there's still plenty of space to fall here, specifically in this zone between 112.50 and 110. But this could be, because of the pin bar and this zone, it could be a reaction area to get a retracement, and then I would expect a continuation down to this zone where there could be a bounce. Let's put the fib on this entire swing high, and of course the 78 and the 88.6 fibs are main levels as well. They nicely fit at 110 and 108.30. So those are two key levels to look for a bounce back up again. But for the moment, there's plenty of space here to the downside. All right. Now let's take a look at daily and 4 hour and 1 hour. So 1 hour chart has 5 waves up to me. Well, there's a potential at least. The wave 4 is maybe a bit small, so you never know. But so to me, that could be an A, or if not, if it's not a 5 wave but a 3, it's still likely to be part of a bigger correction. ABC A, ABC B, and then maybe ABC C. So I think that if we put the fib on this up move, that we'll probably see a move down to the 78.6 fib. That's also where the strong upside started, and we see some tops here and the demand area. So 112.17-ish, that's where I think ultimately this the ABC could stop and make a bigger bounce and move up again. 112.02. It should not break below this bottom necessarily. It could, but I would expect it to hold. And it depends how far it falls. If it makes a double bottom, it could just make a double top again and then continue lower. If it bounces at the 61.8 fib, it could be a zigzag. In that case, minus 27 or minus 61.8 target are the levels to think about. If it hits the 78.6 fib, then the minus 272 target, the previous top, and the counter 78.6 fib makes sense, because it could also easily be a triangle pattern that is shaped at this spot. So yeah, it depends a little bit on which of these fibs is used. for the upside target. If it goes down deep, it will not move up that much. If it stays shallow, it will go up a little bit higher. Ultimately, though, there is divergence between these bottoms. So retracement time, I think, is likely after the retracement is over, after there's a swing down and then a swing up, whether that's here, 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 or here, or maybe even up to here. I don't think so. The downtrend should continue, and it should fall down to 110. I think that personally, to me, seems the most potential for downtrend continuation in my eyes, at least. Okay, let's put the fib on this. Hang on, let me zoom out just a little. There we go. Let's put the fib on this entire downside here. Get rid of this fib. And yeah, the 38, 138, 113, 50, 114 are strong resistance levels where the downtrend might continue. If price were to fall a lot, then make a flag and starts breaking that flag, of course, in that case, an immediate downtrend continuation is also possible. Okay? But yeah, for the moment, want to see a leg down and a leg up, and then a new downtrend continue. All right. Pound USD. We had that break of this support trend line with a nice move to the downside here and then here, falling pretty good, the number of pips, more than 100 pips there. I think anywhere between 100 and 150. And it was a good expected bounce, break down to the bottom of the channel. This channel's been pretty sturdy, and was expecting a break below the channel, but we had a doji instead. So good reason to exit any shorts if anyone is in there, in my view at least, because that's an indecision. And there could be a retracement time as well. But ultimately, just like with the euro-dollar, I do expect it to fall further. And I think it should reach the 38.2 fib at 131.50, retracement and continuation down to that target, which of course could be a bouncing spot. If we look at the 4-hour chart, this break seems a little bit iffy from a time perspective. This channel is finished, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does move down, then we might see a bigger ABC correction. I would like to see this ABC before trading it down, some kind of bigger correction and then a break to the downside. Personally, it has my preference. If it breaks here right away, I'm a little bit skeptical. If I would rather see this kind of pattern here and then the downside. Just to rule out any false breaks here. It doesn't look like a good spot because of the bottom of the trend line. I am bearish, and I think it will fall further. I just think that now might not be the great moment, and I think it could be a bigger correction first before it falls lower. But if it does break, and there's a good momentum, and there's follow the flag on lower time frames, and then another break, that of course would change perspectives, and it could be an immediate follow through. Let's put the fib on this weekly chart candle. And it might not be a deep retracement if it falls like this, hits the bottom, and just retraces back to the 38, for instance. You know, as long as it makes kind of a three-wave pattern like that to retest the 38 and 50 fib zone again, that would be enough for me. It might not go much deeper, just with respect to 21 EMA, and that's it. All right, so that's my view on the pound. As long as it stays below 134.20, it's bearish in my view. Even if it stays below 135, it's bearish. Just a different kind of wave pattern than I expect. But if it breaks above 135, of course, then there could be a bigger move up to retest the top of the channel at 137. So that's something. And of course, if it breaks the channel, then there might be finally some bigger uptrend taking place. But anything below 135, 135.25 remains bearish in my view. Only above that or above 137, 137.50 would it start to be bullish. All right. Sorry for my voice. I have a slight cold, just like the whole family does right at the moment. So what can you do? It's the time of the year in the northern hemisphere, I guess, for catching a cold. But thank you for joining. I hope that you can use our special offers and join Zeus SWAT ECS portfolio But in any case, wish you great trading and see you later this week. Cheers. Bye-bye.